Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is a Hero Trade, Passive Aggressive, the latest release from Bad Idea. It's good. So there's two stories. Well, first is called Aggressive by Matt Kindt is the writer. David Lapham is the artist. Ramon Villalobos and Dave Lapham do wash costume design. Dave Sharpe is the letterer. And then Erasure is also written by Kindt. Klaus Janson is the artist. Peteri is the letterer. Alright, so of the two, I actually think the second story, the Erasure, is the better one. The Hero Trade has been B-side stories that have run through a lot of the various Bad Idea releases. They all have kind of a superhero spin to them with a little bit of a Twilight Zone thrown in there. Generally, they've been good. Very few of them have really stood out to me that I've been super excited. And that's kind of what this main story is for me as well. Like, it feels like a B-side. You know, it's not bad, and if you're really into it, cool. But, you know, as part of an anthology or something like that, like, I'd be totally fine. But, you know, from, you know, Matt Kindt and David Lapham, it doesn't quite feel like the quality I would expect from them. You know, the story is this hero has his money stolen, has to go travel to Russia to go deal with the hackers that took his money. You know, there's definitely some, like, sly humor to it, but overall it doesn't feel like the overall story has some humor to it, but it doesn't feel like the humor was really driven through the story enough. Like, there's a satirical spin to it, but, like, not all of it feels satirical, or at least not the joke doesn't run through all of the comic or the story. So it's one of those of, like, there's missed opportunities to, like, really drive home the satire. But overall, like, it's an over-the-top Tarantino-ish superhero story. Just tons of blood, violence, craziness. You know, if you're into it, cool. But for me, it lacked. The second one, also by Matt Kindt, but with Klaus Janson, I actually like a lot more. It's about a mobster, hitman, whatever, that wants to get out of the business. And I'm not going to kind of go into the details, but there's something, like, very dour about it. It's very philosophical, very thinking, and by the time you get to the end, you're like, oh, okay, you can kind of see where it's going, but at the same time, like, it still hits you a little bit when it actually gets to where, you know, the journey's taking you. And that way, I think it works really, really well. Like, I liked that art way more than the first story. And just overall, I like that entry a lot more. It's just a bit more to my taste, I think, when it really comes down to it. So, you know, if you dig it, it's fine. Like, you know, if you really been liking the Hero Trade from the various comics, you're gonna like this. But for me, it's just, I don't know. There's something, like, satirical about it at the same time, because it doesn't quite dive into the satire as much as I think it could. There's something almost, like, juvenile about it, just, like, over-the-top violence that, you know, feels very 90s in some ways, and it's just not quite what I'm into anymore. You know, that Lobo craziness just doesn't quite hit me. And the other is, like, the art, like, it takes place in Russia, but it just doesn't feel very Russian. Just feels like another city. Check out the second story, which I like a lot more. So overall, like, if you've been liking Hero Trade, you'll dig this issue. You know, if that hasn't been standing out to you, you're probably not going to like it. So it really is as simple as that. It's not something that you need to rush to the shop to get. It probably isn't even something that, if you're new to Bad Idea, like, this is the issue I would recommend. Like, that no. There's others that I think are much better. Like, again, it's not great. It's not bad. It's good. Out in shops now. You can go get it. We got links beneath this video where you can find a Bad Idea shop. The Bad Idea shops are very limited as to where you can get the comics. So we got the hookup as far as that. We also have some links where you could probably purchase it as well. Most likely it'll be an affiliate link. If so, then you help our site. We do get a small percentage of the purchase. I, of course, always want to thank you for watching our videos. We appreciate that. If you want the latest Bad Idea news, comics in general, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com, or on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.